Hello, good afternoon, everybody. So, this is Dr. Pooja, and I'm here with another exciting session for you on important concepts in chemistry. So, before I get into the details of the same, here is something special that I have for you, and this is we are launching something special to help you guys prepare for your exams. All right, so what do we have here is we have a new level of platform where you can ask your questions to ace your final exams. Okay, so what do we do here? First of all, yes, for flat 10% discount, you can use my code, this one. And before I get into the details of it, just a little bit introduction about myself. My name is Dr. Pooja, and I'm your science educator on Unacademy. I've done PhD in biotechnology, and now I'm teaching you guys physics, chemistry, and biology on this platform. So the new thing that I was talking about is Unacademy Ask a Doubt. All right. So this is a new feature that we have launched on Unacademy's platform to help you guys solve your questions or queries related to any subject, which is going to help you with your examination and preparation for your exams. Ask a doubt. How does it work? You can ask us unlimited doubts. You can ask the doubts at any time. High quality video solutions in English or Hindi. Language is not a problem. I mean, if you want the answer in Hindi or in English, do let us know and we'll be there to help you out. You will receive exact matches for the questions that you're asking. Obtain instant and accurate solutions to any number of questions you're going to ask. And of course, we are here also to help you with your homework. As now schools are opening, so you guys might need help with your homework. So this is how it works. How will it work? Step 1, you click on Ask a Doubt. Step 2, you can take a picture or you can choose from your library whatever doubt you have. Then you click or select a picture of your question. Then what you have to do is, here you go, you crop or highlight your question that you are absolutely not sure about and you want us to give you the answer for the same. Next is choose a subject, whether this question is from your mathematics, your physics, your chemistry, biology, whatever. Okay, so we are open to any questions now. Sit tight and you will receive the answer to your solution, to your question in no time. Okay, so and another features of Unacademy, of course, we have educators from hello Srishti, hello Skriti, Manju, hello guys. I was just telling you guys about how this Ask a Doubt thing works. And then you have unlimited access to all the courses in your subscription if you are subscribing for our batch courses. Doubt clearing session on a very regular basis. We cover your syllabus, and not only we cover your syllabus, we also provide you with study material, test series, live test series, batch courses. Of course, I've already mentioned about it. And not only that, mentorship and guidance from the experts on Unacademy's platform. So what are you waiting for? Here are what we have. We have all different batches, and the batches, they start every Monday. So every Monday you will get an entry to our batches. And here is what our pricing looks like. So you have a plus subscription, iconic subscription, starting from somewhere 1 month to 48 months. From 1 month to 4 years, you are under our guidance so that you can excel Many of you are asking like what are iconic subscription features. So here you go. So you have personal mentorship, live doubt solving session, weekly report, parents they can also connect with us. Hello Rock study planner will provide you the study planner as well, and all other benefits of Unacademy subscription. All right, so here is the fee structure. So this is what you get for 12 months if you want to go for 1 year subscription, or if you want to go for 4 years and here for 3 years because you are in 10th. Okay, so that is what we do, and for 10% discount on everything, use my code PSLive10. Okay, so this is only for February 2021, so please go ahead and use it. And what are the upcoming events? So we have started, Combat, Unacademy Combat, which is a weekly scholarship test for CBSE class 10th, and you can get a scholarship of worth 3.5 crores in February itself. Again, we have both the languages, English and Hindi. So go ahead and enroll now, and for the enrollment you need same code, PSLive10 is the code that you can use. And revise-a-thon, so be ready to ace your final exams 21st February 10 a.m. to 8:30. It was it's gone, but we will be having more revise-a-thon like this in upcoming days. All right, so try all the features for free, and download Unacademy's app today itself, and use this code if you are willing to subscribe. Or yeah, this is just we will go over different concepts, and for this is from my physics. Just hold on. And now what I have is your chemistry. So today is chemistry doubt clearing session. Okay, or the important concepts that you can have in from your chemistry subject. All right, so let's go ahead and see what are the important concepts. Hello Rock, how are you everybody? Hello, good afternoon to you. And this is what we have. Yeah, so here we go. Now we are live again. So we're going to discuss about, I'm so sorry about this network thing. So we're going to discuss about chemistry concepts today. And the first concept that I have picked for you is diffusion. Many of you have this confusion. What is diffusion? All right. So diffusion and osmosis. So these are the two important concepts that we, hello Anita, how are you? Hello Anshul, Shivesh, Srishti, hi guys. So yes, so we have today's lecture about important concepts from chemistry. And first of all, we'll discuss what is diffusion. So if you go by the definition, it states intermixing or intermingling of molecules of one substance with that of other. So this is what we call diffusion. So if we go into the details of diffusion, we'll say when a substance goes from its higher concentration to lower concentration, that is what we call diffusion. For example, when you put, let's say you have a beaker with full of water and you put some red ink in it, after some time you will see the whole beaker will turn red. And why did this happen? Because of this process which is called diffusion. Some people, they have confusion with diffusion and osmosis. So what is the difference between diffusion and osmosis? Osmosis is also kind of intermingling, but here in osmosis, first of all, it is the mixing of the solvent. It is the movement of the solvent from its higher concentration to lower. and most of the time the solvent is water. Solvent is like which is going to dissolve something into it. Second, in osmosis you need semi-permeable membrane. It happens through a membrane. It is not a membrane independent process. Third, it is an active process and it needs ATPs. Okay, molecule from higher concentration to lower concentration through semi. Yes, absolutely right, Satish Kumar. I agree to that. Okay, so this is the difference between osmosis and diffusion. So let's see what is our next concept. Latent heat of fusion. Okay, so what is latent heat of fusion? And this is a very important question. You get two type of questions. One is what is latent heat of fusion? Second type of question is you get latent heat of vaporization. The concept is same behind these two. Okay, what is actually the latent heat of fusion? So now let's see, you have these solid particles in a solid, right, and they are all attracting with each other with a force, right? That is what we call intermolecular forces, right? So when because it is like fusion. Fusion is when solid is melted to its liquid form. That is what we call fusion. All right. So that is what we call fusion, right? So what is happening means in fusion something is melting. It is going from solid to liquid. That means it's melting. So now let's understand it. We have the solid. Okay, Prince, let's please focus on the topic. So these particles are attracting each other with some kind of forces, and those forces are called intermolecular forces. They are attracting each other so tightly, right? I'm just drawing these lines to show that they are attracting each other so that they can stay together in the form of a solid. But once you start heating it up so that it melts, what happens? Some of the heat energy is being used to overcome these forces. To overcome these forces. So the energy that is being used to overcome the intermolecular forces between the particles is called latent heat of fusion. Now, what is the formal definition for the same? It is the heat required to change 1 kilogram of solid substance into liquid. That is what we said. Solid to liquid at the melting point. See, I have mentioned that also. At its melting point is called latent heat of fusion. Alright. If we take an example of the same, what would be the example? Amount of heat required to melt ice at 0 degrees Celsius into water at 0 degrees Celsius will be known as at the latent heat of fusion of ice. Similarly, we'll have latent heat of vaporization. So in vaporization, when we talk about latent heat of, let's say, vaporization, what will we talk about in vaporization? Because now liquid is changing into its gaseous form at its boiling point. So in latent heat of vaporization, you will talk about these three. When a liquid is changed into its gaseous form at its boiling point is called latent heat of vaporization. Okay. So these are very important topics from examination point of view. Any question could be there from these topics. Next is, what is compressibility? What is compressibility? You must have heard about 3 forms of matter. So what are three forms of matter? We know that solid, liquid and gases, and we also know that these different forms are made up of particles, right? Every matter is made up of particles. We know that by now, right? So how these particles are arranged, that decides the state of the matter, whether it will be solid or liquid or gases. Okay, so we will talk about the compressibility once we understand how these particles are arranged. So let's first talk about in solid, then in liquid, and then in gases, how these particles are arranged. In solid, the particles are very tightly packed, right? They don't have intermolecular spaces, very tightly. Liquid is little away from each other with little more spaces between them. And we have gases. They are far more spacious. The particles are far more away from each other. So what is compressibility? As the name suggests, you are trying to compress something. You are trying to put pressure on it. So once you put pressure on it, as these particles are so closely packed already, you will not be able to compress it. You will not be able to compress it. Okay, or at a very low level. But when you try to compress the liquids, there will be little compressibility, because these particles will come together. Whatever the space is there, they'll come together. And once you start compressing gases, because these liquids particles, they have to get down to settle down, and they will be compressed the most. So we call it most compressible. So if I talk about all these in terms of compressibility, let's now understand what compressibility is. It is the ability of a substance to be reduced to its volume under pressure. That is what we discussed, right? How those particles can be brought together by putting pressure on them. Solids are incompressible. I showed you in the next slide that solids, they cannot be compressed as their particles are held together so tightly. So we can tell that compressibility is negligible in solids. And then once we go on to liquids, they have little more compressibility. Gases, they are most compressible. Okay. So next topic is evaporation. So you get questions from evaporation topic a lot. A lot of questions can be made from this topic. So first of all, you need to understand what evaporation is and how it causes cooling. So when we put some acetone on our hand, first of all, let's understand this example. Okay. Numeric space is very absolutely right, so Yash. So when we put some acetone on our hand, after some time, we will feel coolness and on our hand, because acetone absorbs kinetic energy from our hand and evaporates, and evaporation causes cooling. So what happens in evaporation? So we know that, let's say this is the liquid that we have in this container, and here are the other liquid particles in the container, right? So these are the liquid particles. Now let's say that this particle is over here. It's been attracted by all these particles present in the liquid, in the bulk, right? So it will be very hard for this particle to get released, right? But the particle over here, let's say particle over here, if I talk about it, it's been attracted by very few other particles. So this one is having more kinetic energy. This one is having more kinetic energy. Kinetic energy means energy due to movement. And this one is having less kinetic energy because more particles are attracting it towards itself. So when it is having more kinetic energy, the particles from the surface, they can release from the surface easily rather than as compared to the particle in the bulk. Right? So evaporation is a surface phenomena, we all understand that. But when we pour, why evaporation causes cooling? Because these particles, this top layer of particles, they will absorb energy from the surface. Whatever surface they are on, they want to gain some energy to increase their kinetic energy. So once they have more kinetic energy, it will be very easy for them to get escaped from the surface. So what they do, they absorb energy from the surroundings to increase their kinetic energy so that they can get evaporated. So as they are absorbing energy from the surroundings, this is causing surroundings energy to go down, which results in cooling. Alright, so this is the process of how evaporation causes cooling. Hello guys, I see many students are present. So we are covering some important concepts of chemistry. If you have any doubt, anything, hello Adi, hello Nita, yeah. Alright, so you can ask, feel free to ask me more questions if you have any. So next important question that comes from this chapter is factors affecting evaporation. What are the factors which are affecting evaporation? So there are 4 factors. One is surface area, second is temperature, third is wind, and fourth is bulk phenomena, humidity. What is bulk phenomena? Bulk phenomena is there are 2 phenomena. There are, as I showed you, the particles are present together, close together. Oh, your name is also Adi. So these particles can be escaped from the surface. This is called surface phenomena. And the particles which are present inside, not on the surface, that is called bulk. Okay, and that is called bulk phenomena. Okay, both the Adis. Okay. And I was explaining to you what are the factors affecting evaporation. Surface area, more surface, because evaporation is a surface phenomena. So more surface area, that means more evaporation, rate of evaporation increases. Temperature, a rise in temperature causes rise in kinetic energy and they get released easily. Then wind, if there is wind flowing, then evaporation increases with the speed of wind. Why? Because the surface particles will be taken away by the wind. Okay. And humidity, if there is more humidity, let's say there are more particles around this, so these will not get space to get evaporated. So with humidity, a fixed temperature, then the evaporation rate decreases. With the humidity, it increases. All right. So these are the different topics that we discussed today. We discussed diffusion and osmosis. Then we discussed what is latent heat. Then we discussed evaporation and factors affecting evaporation. And the last topic that we discussed is compressibility. All right, so guys, I have also discussed with you guys when you were not there, maybe ask a doubt. Okay, so that is the new series that we have started on Unacademy. It is very easy. You click a picture of your question, you share it with us, and we at Unacademy will send you a video doubt clearing clip. Okay, so that is what we are doing at Unacademy. You can ask me anything if you have any questions from the topics that we have discussed today. If not, then you can go ahead and take the subscription. Everybody is Adi in this class, huh? ये वाला lesson था matter around us. Okay, so all the concepts, important concepts, I have picked from that chapter, and with this I end this session. You guys can, yeah, you can, no, I'm not ignoring anyone, Anshul. So you guys can take part in Unacademy's Plus subscription. You can also become the Plus student, and there are various benefits that you can achieve. You can also go for the iconic, though I have explained all these points already to you. So latent heat, Manpreet, there are two types of latent heat. One is latent heat of vaporization, another is latent heat of let's say fusion. So the difference between these two is the molecules are so tightly packed, so when we start heating, that energy is being used to overcome the forces between the particles, and that is what we call latent heat of fusion or vaporization. Okay, and guys, with this I will end this session, because I have a special class at 4 o'clock. That is a free class. Go to Unacademy, use my code to sign up for that free class. Just I'm signing out from here, and I'm going to take a free class for all of you. You can ask any doubt there. Okay, sign up on Unacademy's platform. हाँ, वहाँ पे आ जाओ. Please be on Unacademy's platform. I will be taking a class on chemistry, and that will be my doubt clearing session. Use this code, and that is a free class. I'm taking it right now. Just after this class, I'm taking it. Okay, I'm taking that class just after this at 4 p.m. So I will see you there. All right. So with this, I end this session. You guys have a wonderful time. अभी है, इसके बाद है 4 o'clock. अभी just after this session, I'm going to take the session on Unacademy's platform. I would want you guys to be there. I will see you there on Unacademy's platform. Come there, okay? Come.